Maester Aelix here. I'd like to take a moment before the video begins to thank my good friend Red Conquer for lending me her voice in this video. You've heard her once before in an earlier episode, but from here on out she's going to be the true inner thoughts of Nora. So thank you, Red, and on with the show. Hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Fallout 4 Crazy Shanked. We are right back where we left off here in the bowels of the Institute. Being taunted by a voice calling himself Father. Yes. It seems they've laid out this maze simply enough. There are no walls, so we can scrape ourselves right up against it. That seems incredibly unsafe.
A boy? Could it be? Sean?
Jammed.
Sean, it is you.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
You're alive.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm your mother.
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Don't you recognize me?
Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Calm down. I'm here, Sean.
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. Mommy's here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Who is Father?
Father, help me!
Where is he?
He's trying to take me. Father? Father!
Go away? No, I must stay. I finally found you.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
What'd you just do to him?
Disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand.
What do you
Rome just
mean,
now beginning to
prototype?
explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Your father? The Institute?
This is insane. All of it.
The degree of trauma you're experiencing right now is understandable. Please, just try to relax. I know this is all difficult to take in.
How do I relax when you assholes took Sean from me?
All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Sean, is that really you?
It's really you. After all this time.
Yes,
Please don't bullshit me now.
it's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They took you from me? And now you're their damn leader?
They stole you. Kidnapped you. It wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227. The Institute had made great strides in synth production, but it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
They used you as a damn guinea pig.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Years.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg was a damn psychopath, and you trusted him?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
I don't expect you to understand or agree with the decision. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
If staying here means I get to actually be with you, I'll stay, my son.
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Well, that was certainly interesting. That is an abomination. Well, at least now you know what the hell has happened. And it's not good. No, Nora, don't just start taking things. Don't just start stealing. Or better than that. Plus, he's following you. He's doing his own thing. Ugh. So, yes, do not antagonize this person. Yes. Oh, Nora, what have you gotten yourself into? This institute and the railroad. It seems you've gotten yourself into a spiral staircase.
It's an honor to have you here, ma'am.
Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see
Well,
the
hello.
grime and dust?
If you're looking for my mom or dad, they're probably still working.
Well,
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled.
Hey, Doc.
You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing real thinking and real work. That's the future I want.
People have no trouble getting fat and lazy on their own.
A few, here and there, perhaps. But not on the scale I'm talking about. I can see you're having a joke at my expense. You're hardly the first. In any case, I suppose I should say, welcome. Perhaps a fresh perspective will do some good around here.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
well. Oh, and look at that, a courser.
Welcome to the Institute, ma'am.
You're not so scary. 2 hits and your compatriot went down.
Carry on, ma'am.
Yes. They all seem to be relatively easy. Oh, look, one with a gun.
Operating at full capacity.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
Oh, trust me. Nora wishes it too. So does this just once around the block, Nora? Seeing what there is to be seen? Running and hiding? You just spoke to Dr. Higgs. Are you going to just steal his things? Seems like.
I'm not scared of the surface.
Hey, sweetie.
Quentin is such a liar. How would he know what the surface is like? He's never been up there.
Yes. That is a thing. Many of these people have never seen the light of day.
Good to see you.
Yes, yes. Alright, well, Nora, you have a mission to accomplish, I guess. Best to get to that, then. If he just wants to stand there all day, that's on him. You've got something to do.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the 3rd primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
I've heard stories. I don't know.
The surface sure
Most of them have
scary.
lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Oh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go.
Yes.
All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Is it bioscience you need to go into? Ah, guess not. The magic of the
Is
Pip-Boy.
it true Food Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
Hello?
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that?
I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The Railroad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The Railroad? As in the Railroad? And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the Railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
Why are you helping synths?
At first, I just wanted to see if I could get away with it. It was a challenge, you know? But then I realized the synths are really just like us, except without any freedom. I decided to help the ones that wanted to escape, so they can have a better life.
If you met them, trust me, you wouldn't be that impressed.
They've eluded the SRB for decades. They've got to be incredible. With you in the picture, I have this idea. To rescue a lot of synths. At once.
But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now.
Alright then.
You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense.
Oh.
I'm not sure if we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know?
Oh, Liam, you poor, innocent soul. Oh, you are... Oh, you are sorely mistaken if you think Nora is anything even close to normal. Do you not see that she's a raider and a psychopath?
Good. He's here. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z-1. She's a friend. She's with the Railroad. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z-1. She's a friend. She's with the Railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You... How do I know we can trust you?
Because the members of the Railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I find that hard to believe.
That's what the Railroad does, Z-1. She's from the surface.
If you insist we speak in front of her, do so quickly.
Right now. How many synths want to escape, Z-1?
The ones I know for certain. 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Just a few high security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least.
Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password.
And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute.
But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
I'll find it for you.
That's great. Unfortunately, the obvious place to look won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the Railroad. I need those login credentials.
Well, that seems pretty straightforward enough, Nora. Now all we have to do is leave. It looks like there's an elevator right here. There. Either way, time for you to get going. And here's where I will say thank you all for joining us. I really do hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. If you do enjoy this series, please remember to leave a thumbs up and a comment down below. Much appreciated to hear some feedback. Otherwise, if you're not enjoying it, please leave a thumbs down and a comment below to see what I can do to improve. Otherwise, thank you all for joining me, and I shall see you all next time.